Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Stan. And today we welcome to the studio, back to the couch, the bassist from 5 Seconds of Summer, here for the first time on his own because we have a debut solo album to discuss. It is called Order, Chaos, Order. Say hello to Calum Hood.
Yo! Wow. You're right. Yeah. Thanks for making me hyper aware about being alone. No, it feels good to be here. So thank you guys.
I really appreciate you taking the time.
No, thank you guys. No, yeah.
We have an entire album to discuss.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's your album.
Yes. Yeah. 'Tis mine. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Is that weird?
I'm kind of like, I'm in it. I've been in it for a minute.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, by the way, like you did scrap a bunch of, you have been in the process of creating this too for a minute. Like,
yeah,
you scrapped a bunch of songs before we got to the ones that we have today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, it's a little generous saying I like scrapped them all. They were just kind of like really badly recorded demos. But yeah, I mean, making the music is like probably I'm more comfortable with that. So this is like more putting the actual music out and then like talking about it and really backing it. That's probably been the more challenging part for me on my own.
What's hard about it?
Well, I mean, I've had like kind of, the three pillars of my whole musical existence, like next to me always. So there's kind of like an internal strength between us, a knowingness, and now it's learning that to do that without them. So it's made me just a better. I mean, it's made me like really delve into that part of myself, which is cool.
Well, because it's like you have to do it or you just don't, right? Because there's nobody else to do it but you.
Yeah. So it's like taught me a lot about my taste, my songwriting abilities, like who I am in interviews as well. So there's a lot of like things going on internally within me that are like developing so that I can be better for the band, I guess.
That's so really you're seeing this all, two things, right? Like this album's also incredibly personal, right?
Yeah.
Like you're talking about your life in ways that like 5 Seconds of Summer just would never, you just wouldn't get the room in those records to do that.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think like the band, it's just kind of a different thing, I think. It's also like heavily collaborative on everyone else's experiences as well. So it's like everything is together and this is like just kind of like solely me. So I've like talked about things on the record in songs, with the band as well. It's just like I'm going deeper into like my perspective on my album. Yeah.
It's perspective you always had though, right?
I think so. I think I waited until like, I'm 29 now. I think I realized that I could properly do the concepts justice in terms of how I articulate them, lyrically. And yeah, I think I just had to wait until I was ready to make an album by myself.
Okay, you talk about, there's so much going on here because the album's fucking great.
Thank you.
You're doing this on your own. When does the process for this really begin though? Like when do you actually start crafting, whether they were scrapped or demos or whatever the fuck? Like when did you write your first song on your own?
Like ever?
Just for this for this stage of solowness.
I think I probably, the seed was probably birthed when Ash released Superboom, his first, the first out of all the boys. And how he handled it made me realize, okay, this is possible. So that's when the first like kind of thought in my brain was like, this could maybe be something that I would want to do maybe in the future. And then like COVID hit and then slowly I was just kind of writing every couple of days, every few days, just kind of like in the back of my mind thinking maybe this is going towards this, but I'm really not sure yet.
Are you writing alone? Are you writing with somebody?
Yeah, I'm just writing alone. And then I think a point came where I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start feeding it out to other people and seeing if people are interested in working with me. And that's when I met Jackson, who did, most of the songs on the album. He produced them. And that was probably like 2.5 years ago.
At what stage does this music, like, how do you know it's ready to be shared with potential collaborators?
I think there's definitely like a leap of faith moment where you just kind of have to let go of how personal it is and it feels to you. And I think you need to like I needed someone to have, like, I needed a collaborator on this. I couldn't have done it just by myself. Like, I needed someone to have input on what they thought it could be as well. Because I think for me, that's the best way to get a result.
All My Affection was one of the holdovers, right? That,
Yes.
like, you wrote originally and it made its way to the final product. What was it about that song that really stuck with you?
What was it about it? I'm not like 100% sure. I think I just like kind of had an affinity for like how it felt, because it didn't really have that many lyrics on it, like the original demo that I made. Like it had like kind of the chorus lyric, but it felt just really honest and really sincere, and felt like it just came from a place of me that was like quite pure and quite childlike. So I think I wanted to maintain that a little bit.
Where do you go to write that record? Like, where do you actually go mentally? Like, how do you even start that
I was
process?
like Silver Lake.
Yeah, you did this. By the way, you did most of this in Silver Lake.
Yes.
With Jackson Phillips, also known as Daywave. And I heard you had a lot of smoothies, and you went to like the VHS store.
Yeah. How'd you find this? Where'd you get this from?
I mean, we have some idea of things.
Yes, we went to the VHS store. Yeah, we did a lot of things. Yeah, we tried the Hailey Bieber smoothie.
What'd you think of it?
Really good.
Yeah, it's delicious, isn't it?
Yeah, it's delicious. Yeah, with the little cacao nibs. Yeah, she's done a great job. No, I think, where did I go internally? I don't know. I feel like I've just kind of, a lot of it was just seeing what came up. Like, it wasn't like, I didn't really go anywhere. It's just more like when I like write and you kind of like mumble something and then you hear something and then you go, oh, okay, this means this for me. And that's kind of how I wrote most of the record.
What was the first thing that came up as it relates to All My Affection?
Well, that song's like almost changes meaning for me. Yeah, I think like I think of like losing a loved one, like grieving, also like writing from other people's perspectives of like, you know, my mom losing her sister, my cousin losing her mom. So it's a lot of it's like that song is almost not even from my perspective sometimes.
Are you channeling that perspective through conversations you've had with people, and it just like lays dormant in you for when it's time to write about something, or?
Just conversations in my head that I have with myself.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that one was very, and like most of the songs aren't written in one sitting. Like that song took pretty much 2.5 years to write fully.
All My Affection?
Yeah, like especially lyrically, it's just like going in, writing something, it not being right, letting it sit, going back in, writing something. Maybe a line is right, maybe this isn't right. So it was the whole album was pretty much that. So a lot of like patience.
In terms of like writing from other people's perspective or taking inspiration from just other stories, is that like is that kind of the role that the VHS thing played? Because you really would go to a VHS store and just throw on a random VHS or something while you were making music.
Yeah. I mean, Time Cop. Do you know Time Cop?
Time Cop?
The 90s movie or 80s movie, probably. Anyway, no relation to the album whatsoever. We just had it on in the background sometimes. But we would do like, me and Jackson would make a song and put it to like a montage of Lost in Translation. Yeah. And that's kind of how we would suss the vibe. If it was, if it was really like going along well with the montage, then we'd be like, okay, we're on to a good thing. Because it's kind of like the whole album is really like it's like soundtrack-esque, A24, like really somber. And then there's also a song written about like a documentary. So like visual elements were definitely an inspiration for sure.
You say it's a soundtrack, but a soundtrack to what?
Well, I guess my life.
Which is very much based on inspiration of other people's lives.
Yes.
I mean, you mentioned the documentary. You're talking about Streetwise.
Yes.
It's a documentary about a homeless kid in Seattle in the 80s. One, how do you find that documentary? And then two, how does it make its way into a record? And then also, why is that a part of your story?
I think like someone actually explained it to me the other day, and I think like their take on it was like had something to do heavily with along the lines of me connecting with so in broad spectrum, there's a scene in the documentary where this girl is professing her love to this boy. He's worrying about how he's going to get his friend out of jail for smoking weed, how he's going to make his next buck. And within that scene, I just saw like a lot of, they were so centered in themselves, and they're 12 years old. And I thought that was really beautiful. And I think there was something seeing their youth and how they had to grow up so quickly, and how like maybe it was subconscious for them, but they had they had to be adults. And I think I resonated with that, and I thought that was something that I connected with, having to become an adult probably sooner than maybe other teenagers my age. And I think I like somewhere in my brain thought that was really beautiful. So
it is a beautiful thing. It's also a scary thing. It's also like, it's a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and there's also a part of me that was just like, this makes me feel something. So I'm going to almost be in servitude of that and like pass it along.
How much of that like energy led to your creative movements? Like this idea of being inspired and moved by other stories and being in service of that?
There's definitely like I write a lot about my family. I write a lot about
your heritage makes it onto the album.
Yeah, for sure. And I write about the boys. I write about my first love, my first heartbreak. I write about how I view the last 15 years in like very like small segments. A lot of it's just like kind of very fragmented on the album. Like there's many songs that mean different things.
Explain that to me a little bit. So, but not a song meaning many things. There's many songs on the album that mean many things.
Yeah. It's quite confusing a little bit, but like,
as is life.
Yeah. But some of the songs are more like they sound quite nonsensical in a way, just because I'm like talking about, I switch kind of sentiments quite a lot in certain songs.
I mean, you open the album, Don't Forget You Love Me, and the opening lyrics are, I mean, dude, they're honest. 12 a.m. on Taco Tuesday, I'm crying out my eyes, and I'm sitting there wondering if I want to be alive. There's a juxtaposition of tacos and tears.
Tacos and tears, dude.
There's a lot of juxtaposition throughout this album.
Yeah. I mean, like, and I think that's the whole human existence, is to feel the spectrum of emotion and the depths of either. But I feel most when I don't feel great, or if I'm like super depressed or super anxious. That's when I like feel like I'm alive. Really.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So does that make you chase those emotions?
I think probably in somewhere. It's easy to get addicted to it for sure, because yeah, a lot of art and a lot of creation comes from those places. But I mean, not to say that I have balance. I feel like I have balance. These are just things that I like to write about because I think they're real.
Can you take us back to that Taco Tuesday at 12 a.m.?
Is that real?
What were you going through?
Well, that whole song is just revolved around pretty much a single day. And I just broke up with my last girlfriend, and she told me, she was like, I said, is there one thing that I can do for you? And she just says, don't forget you love me. And that kind of just resonated with me. And like that mantra kind of just flew around my head for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so I kind of had to fully just get it out and release it. But
what did she mean by that? What did she mean by that? Don't forget that you love me.
I mean, you probably have to ask her to
let's
fully
bring her
know,
in.
but I mean, we're chill and it'll be fine.
Weirdly fucked, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's scary to let go of something that you so intimately have known for so long.
So better, like, how do you interpret what she meant? Like, what's your interpretation of that if it stews around in your brain for so long?
Yeah, I think it's like is hold what we have in permanence. Yeah. This
freeze it here.
Yeah. Don't let it, don't let it waver. It's like, this is what it is. But that also became for me is like something that I realize I feel about a lot of things. It's like leaving my home when I was so young, or even like, the band doing solo things is as amazing as it is, and I think necessary for our band, it is a scary thing. Or like even to the fans, it's like, it's something that I think holds a lot of weight and can also be like a positive thing, for me.
Are there things that you feel like you missed out on because of the band?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Does that matter in the long... does that matter in the long fucking outlook of life?
It's not something that I like dwell on. It's not something that if you ask me if I wanted it another way, it's definitely not. It's definitely no. But yeah, I mean, there's things that you miss out on from leaving and from, touring and doing all these kind of things of magnitude with a band. But I wouldn't have it really any other way. So
a few minutes ago, you talked about how a bit on this album you were writing about how you view the past 15 years. At what point in your career are you able to take a step back and like look at everything you guys accomplished?
It's definitely getting easier now as I get older I think the biggest accomplishment of the band's career is that we're still a band. I think that's so...
And friends.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I think that I hold that with such sincerity now, and I value that so much. And I think like, it's also hard because I don't really remember that much, but there's points where I'm like very, where we look back and we chat about, and it's just like very, it's quite emotional. Yeah, it's fucking great.
What do you mean you don't remember much? Just like so much was going on, we just kind of blacked it all out?
I get that though.
Yeah, so much. And I think especially when I was younger, like I was just enjoying it. I wasn't like, now I have to like be like, remember this. But back then I think I was just living. So
It is really different, right? Like making music today compared to when you were a kid. Like there is like this blind confidence, this naivete, this like kind of just so much energy is being exerted and you're moving from point A to point B so quickly that like it's almost hard to remember things. And you kind of get left with this almost like highlight reel, both negative and positive in your head, sometimes more negative than positive.
Yeah. I mean, like, we were even saying it yesterday, is like some of us remember some things that others
We'll never
don't.
remember.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, Ash said it yesterday. It's like, well, we did this. And I was like, no. And he had to explain to me what we did. And yeah, that's just kind of how it is.
It's weird. Like, that's like a blessing and a curse, right? But it is a blessing to have people who are there with you, who are there to help you remember. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
This happened.
Like, you share memories and then it jogs, you know? Like, being able to share those things with a group of friends is like, fuck, that's such a win.
Friendship.
It matters.
Friendship matters.
Lost in Translation.
Yes, sir.
You did write this to the film, correct?
We would like, sometimes we would, sometimes we wouldn't. But yeah, at the end of the day, we just play the track to like the montage.
It's just every song?
Like some songs.
Okay. That's a very interesting situation there. But you also did this thing that David Bowie did, right?
Yes.
You would pick a key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pick an energy
Yes.
and then separate
Yep.
you and who? You and Jackson?
Yeah, me, Jackson, a good friend, Elijah Knoll. And yeah, we would pick a key, pick a tempo, pick a vibe, whatever references we had. And Jackson put on his headphones. And then me and Elijah would go away with a click track, which is just tick, 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 tick. So we knew kind of like the tempo that we were working with. And we wrote the melody and lyrics, and Jackson did the track. And then at the end of the day, we just put them together and kind of hoped for the best. And it worked. Weirdly.
I mean, this is something that has been proven before. People have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But why'd you want to do it? Like, what was it about this strategy that one made the most sense?
I think I feel like I've just been writing the same way for a while. Like, so I wanted to do something.
Which was what?
Which is just like, you mosey in on the studio, a couple cold brews, you chat about your day, then you like try a couple ideas, mumble about on the guitar until you find something that sticks, and then you write the song. And then you continue to write the song. But this was like, just allowed me to view it differently, you know?
3 different perspectives.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you'd mold it all together.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the ratio of success on that?
100%.
Every time?
Oh no, I only tried it once. So yeah, I guess 100%.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It's not like I was like, after that, I was like, yeah, no, let's not do that again, because that was quite. Well, it's just different.
Which
I mean,
song
working in silence is like, you know,
It's that.
it is. Yeah. So yeah, I only tried that once.
Which song got that treatment?
Endless Ways.
That's my
it's
favorite
called.
song.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the one that we did it on.
So it works though. So why not do it again?
I don't know. I think it was just like it was fun for the day, but there is like a separation, you know, and I think I prefer to not have that. I think it's like something that you do to like get out of where you are, and then you can kind of come back in with a new perspective and a new I want to say joie de vivre. What does that mean? I don't even know what it means. What does that mean? Anyway.
I think it means like a special quality that you can't really put your finger on, correct?
Wow. Yeah, there you go.
God, if we only had an enjoyment of life.
Nice.
only had an
And then
Alexa Plus.
and then we came back. So yeah.
It would break a rut. You'd be in like a creative rut, and doing that broke it.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, you have to become a better artist from doing this whole fucking thing.
I hope so. If I became a worse artist, I would not be stoked. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, challenges out the ass, like all new, right?
All new, yes.
What part is familiar to 5 Seconds of Summer? Any of it? Usually I ask people like, what are the differences? But what anything the same?
That's a good question. No, I've never been asked that. What parts are familiar? I mean, everything is familiar. Like, this is so familiar.
Yeah.
But obviously so different. I think I've just realized that I've just realized how much I love being in 5 Seconds of Summer. B, I also really love doing my own thing and like having being in a band that allows you to have creative freedom and expression and shows you a level of trust that you're able to go away and also come back and be like, this is the hub. This is like what we're all collectively going
so
towards.
Cool.
I think I just realized how rad that is. And so
I really sometimes don't understand how and why bands can't put their egos aside to allow that to exist, because the reality of the situation is like everyone's going to have their own creative itches, right? And there's always going to be things that are a part of one's story that they're just going to be yours, you know, and certain elements make it into the music that one would make in a band. But like ultimately, like people are going to have that itch, and to allow an artist to be an artist when they want to be an artist just makes them fucking better. So when they come back into the group, everything is stronger. Like, it also shows this unity and this friendship and this collaboration and this support system that like you want to be a part of. Like, it is really disappointing when bands can't figure it out.
it is. It's
like
really
fuck.
disappointing. Some
Why do
bands,
you think you were able to figure it out?
I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's many reasons, you know, logically, like why we're able to is just because, I mean, I think the main thing is that we all just want to. It's like we want to be there for each other. We want to be in the band. We want to be making music for a long, long time. I think it's a choice. It's a choice to not be like egotistical about it. You know?
It is. But you could be egotistical about it. Do you feel like you actively choose to not be, or does it come naturally?
I think it's partly human to feel that way sometimes. But that's when how you react to that is you know, either is where you fail or you succeed.
Totally. You guys are thriving.
Trying.
I mean, I know you're making music as a collective right now.
Yeah, I'm going to a session after this.
Is that why we moved the interview up?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. That's a great reason to get my ass up at fucking 8 a.m.
Yeah, appreciate
I'm
you.
game
Appreciate
for
you
it.
guys
Of course.
doing that.
Literally any day. I mean, are you able to see the results of everybody doing their own thing and now coming back together and actually the process being different or more vibrant, or what's changed?
Yeah, you definitely are. And from doing this, I'm able to see them even more clearly because I've kind of shared the experience, I guess.
Yeah, you've all done every part of the music making process as independent individuals. So you now see every aspect of it from a different lens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. And it's made me respect the guys even more for being like, wow, you guys did all of this on your own the whole time. And no, so it's been a really sick journey. Stoked to be just even releasing anything, let alone an album. So it's pretty cool.
Call me when you know better. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, that's another one that's kind of going back to what I was saying about like like that song kind of makes sense sometimes, and also at the same time doesn't really make sense.
I also feel like you're talking to yourself because like your brain's going nuts. It's chaos, contradicting thoughts, a lot of reflections.
Yeah, no, that's all it is. It's just like kind of like if that would just be like my thought process about something that I'm kind of, you know, when you like say something, this might just be me by the way, but you know when you like have an interaction at a party and then you kind of say something a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then I do it all the time.
Story of my life. Yeah.
And then that whole night you're just thinking about that one thing that you said weird. That's kind of like what it is for me, and I accept it's just kind of constantly, like I'm constantly thinking about that one thing that I did wrong or I could do better or said wrong, or it's just like that insanity of conversation that you're having with the different parts of yourself, like the many personalities in your head.
Do you need to silence that critic or heighten those many, many voices to get this album done?
It's a good question. I think for me, I think it was an asset really, because it fueled. I think when you like create something, you kind of have to be a little bit insane.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah,
you're creating something from nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's such a weird thing.
Yeah, your brain has to be going a million miles a minute, whether you're registering it or not.
Mm-hmm. So,
fucking cool.
It was good.
Did you talk about Sweet Dreams?
We haven't yet.
Great record.
Thank you.
Great song. Oh, you should listen to the album. It's all waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. Order, Chaos, Order again. Contradicting thoughts. Sweet Dreams contradicting a little bit too, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you actually have sweet dreams or do you have nightmares?
The last nightmare I had was like kind of. Have you seen Alien?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay. Okay. So like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of the last dream I remember.
When was? Oh, you don't remember your dreams?
Not a lot of them. No.
That's a sign.
Of what?
I mean, you smoke a lot of weed.
I do smoke.
Yeah. Me
well,
too.
yeah. Or edibles.
Yeah. Either one. They blank out your dreams.
They take it away.
Yeah, totally.
Do they really?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
And I haven't been smoking before bed over the last few days, and I'm telling you, my dreams are vivid as fuck.
What was your last one?
Okay, so I mean, I was at a grocery store and I was with some girl who's in this show called Overcompensating. Like, why? I don't know, but I was at Ralph's with her.
Nice.
Yeah.
And,
that was just 2 nights ago. Well, I mean, like, it kind of stops. It goes in and out, and then I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't sleep through the night. And I will only remember parts of my dream that are close to when I wake up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like
that makes sense.
I get like the ends of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty fucked. Anyway, the bass line on I Wanted to Stay was fucking great. Are you playing instruments in the room or are you just writing?
Most of this was just writing, yeah.
So where does the bass line come from I Wanted to Stay?
From Jackson's brain.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you doing any sonics or are you just like purely writing and stepping back?
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting involved, you know? Let me have a turn, you know? I want to have a turn.
Well, what's it like having somebody play your instrument on your album?
I mean, I kind of secretly loved it. I was like, I don't have to play the bass on every song. But yeah, answering your question, yeah, my main job was like lyric and melody, and obviously like constructing, you know, a song
vision,
and the whole thing.
And the mood boards, by the way, all contradicting stuff. It's like intense tech shit and then open roads and like fields and what?
Just indecision.
Yeah, is that
essentially?
But that's you.
Yes.
So can you find decision-making abilities in a life of indecision?
Well, I just had to.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, you know, But I also have like an amazing team, you know, and that's why I need collaborators. It's like I need someone to be like. Sometimes I don't know everything.
The smartest people,
which is crazy because you would just think that I knew everything.
No, when I look at you, I go, this guy knows.
This guy knows
all of it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No. Well, by the way, the smartest people know what they don't know, and they surround themselves with smart people.
Wow. That's why I'm here.
There we go. By the way, you did make a decision to stay at Capitol, which the other guys, like, they released their albums different routes. Why'd you stay at Capitol?
Well, I signed out of Australia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
That's my home is EMI in Australia, and they worked our first 4 records as a band. So I wanted to kind of grow it out of where I'm from.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
What have you learned from your sister, who's also a musician?
What have I learned?
Yeah, anything?
She's annoying, man.
She's great.
Nah, shout out.
She's really talented.
She's great. Yeah, I mean, she was like she's pretty much how I got into music. So, you know, I have her to thank for.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, I mean, she's a singer. Well, she's an artist now, but she was a singer, and she's also still a singer.
She writes music for others.
Yep.
She's well-rounded.
Yep. And she was always the music kind of cornerstone of our family. So she taught me pretty much how to sing, how to harmonize. Remember being in music class and me and Michael were together when we started the band, and she would teach us how to harmonize with each other. So it's kind of, she's a big, you know,
that's
reason
crazy.
to thank, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So at what point does like her duo group, when does that all start coming up? Is it all like, is she making music while you guys are rising in the band parallel?
Yeah, I mean, she's had a very different journey to me. Like, she's been grafting, working for a long time. She's been in it since I've been in it. And, you know, she had a singer-songwriter thing. She was just a songwriter for a while. She quit. She came back. And now she started a group. They're called Arco. And it's rad. And they're doing so well.
It's very sick. Dance, right?
Yeah, they're a dance duo.
She's also written for G-Eazy.
Yeah, pretty sick.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, pretty cool. It is cool when you're speaking about it. Yeah.
How did you end up writing "Cool" with Michael?
We were just kind of in the same. I feel like we're just kind of always in the same room together. Yeah, I think he actually was like obviously the proprietor of that song, and I think I just kind of came in towards the end and essentially just said a couple words that ended up being put on the song. I didn't do
much.
I didn't do too much, honestly. No.
You can imagine like they're calling for splits and you just go.
Yeah, I went. Yeah. No. Yeah, he had this song pretty much already written, and I came in and so, but that's rad. I'm so stoked that we have that together. So cool.
By the way, all of Calum's music is waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. There's a link below. You're a big fan of poetry.
Yeah.
Do you write poetry, or are you just reading it these days?
No, I don't write poetry. I feel like I used to, and then I just realized, You know what I mean? I would read some back, and I'd be like, this is maybe not. Maybe I'm not meant to write poetry.
Yeah, but are lyrics not poetry?
Huh?
Lyrics not poetry? Are they not?
I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like a different thing without the context of
the music.
Yeah,
yeah. You need a bongo.
Perspective. But I do love poetry, and I'd love to write more poetry. I just think I need a reason, like a niche, to write it.
Does this album help you figure out who you are and kind of sort through and manage your mental health at all?
Yes, Sorry,
Yes.
I was joking, and then you said mental health. And then, 100%. Yeah, that's like one of the main reasons as well is for me to. I mean, what's the purpose of music? That's like one of the biggest purposes of music is to understand yourself. And like when I was younger, like one of my biggest forms of communication. So yeah, it is it's a conversation with myself for sure.
What did you learn from this ginormous conversation that you didn't know before making this album?
I think I learned, and this is going to sound really douchey, and it'll definitely be taken out of context, but I feel about people in a lot of ways. But I think I just learned how, oh, this really hurts to come out, how great I am as like, not even as an artist, but just like, I felt like, and it's like an observation from somewhere else or like a higher self or whatever you want to call it. It's like you are valid.
Real.
Like you're good. Like relax.
Isn't that a relieving feeling?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so much of our life where like that is our focus, right? It's
Yeah.
like wondering, trying to understand, trying to figure out, are we good enough? What does that really mean? How do we even tell?
Yeah. I think this was like a big roadblock for me. Like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do anything until I do this. And so now that I have done it, I think it frees up a lot of space for me to fulfill other aspects of my life as well. You know?
Where did that roadblock come from? Was it you creating it? Was it your experiences creating it because it needed an outlet?
Yeah, I think it's the source is the experience, and then the kind of untrained mind allowed it to kind of burrow itself into a learned habit of thinking, if you know what I mean.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that. By the way, like it's very much like a pattern, right?
100%.
Hard to break.
Yeah. So this allowed me to break the pattern.
And also re-examine your life and see it from a different fucking lens. Wait,
Yeah.
it's a great album.
Thank you.
You should be really proud. You really should be.
Appreciate it.
What are you thinking?
I just want to know if Five Sauce got on stage tonight to play a show, would you guys sound good? Or are you a band that needs rehearsal before you get up there and play?
Well, what song? Just
Well-
a whole set?
Like, could you play a whole set tonight?
Do one song?
Could you? I'm sure you could play "She Looks So Perfect."
We could nail She Looks So Perfect. A whole set. If you gave us a set list, if we stopped and started, if we like started and stopped after each song, I think we would do okay. I think we'd do well.
You'd make it through the show.
I think we'd make, yeah, I think so. I'd hope so after 15 years, but.
When you even hear the title, She Looks So Perfect, what do you think of?
What do I think of?
Yeah.
It makes me feel good.
Fuck yeah.
It really does. Yeah, it's done. I think for a while I was like, kind of had a bit of a grudge against it, but now it feels like, I don't know, I love it.
I think like a lot of that has to do with being able to make your own stuff and get like craft your own album, take time away, also see how it settles in culture,
Yes.
understand the timelessness of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's super valid in how I feel about just the discography of 5 Seconds of Summer. So
You should listen to all of 5
She
Seconds of
Looks So
Summer. But really listen to Order, Chaos, Order.
oh yeah, that as well.
There's a link below. God, final thoughts here?
I mean, he's got to go. He's got some music to make.
I know.
That's true. Yeah.
Go to your session. Thank you
right.
for being here.
Thank
It was
you.
really cool to talk. I mean, you've been on the show a lot, but you're there and you do speak.
No, the last time you were on the show, and the
didn't
whole
speak at all?
comment section was like, I don't think Calum said a word.
No, yeah, but that's also like another thing is like, yeah, it's made me step up in that way as well. So, yeah, next time we'll see.
Are you proving things to yourself that like maybe you didn't think was possible? Like the ability to hold an entire interview on your own? Or did you know the entire time, oh, fuck, I can do this?
I think, I don't know. I don't know what I thought. There's also, that's like, there's a comfortability in also not saying that much. But also, like, I'm just not a person that, like, wants to talk all the time, too. So, but I have a capability to do it.
You did a great job.
And so maybe next time I'll talk a little bit more shit. We'll see.
Well, thanks for coming. And
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for being the last member to come on the show as a solo artist.
I know. Yeah, you got all the infinity stones.
We collected them all.
I think you guys are the first.
Are we?
Holy shit.
Michael's interview isn't out. Your interview will be out before Michael's, but you are the last one to come.
Wow.
You've listened to everybody's solo projects, obviously, right?
Obviously, yeah.
He's like, no, everyone but Luke. Haven't listened to that one yet.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yeah.
They're all great.
They're all amazing.
They're fucking spectacular.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the different. They're in like different corners.
They're all different, yet like there is a cloth out there where you can understand where they're all cut from. Does that make any sense?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice to when I listen to their stuff, it's like, yeah, I learn something about them, which is really crazy because I've known them for so long.
But that's fucking art.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, it's, as a fan of the band, what you guys have done has been really, you should be very proud. Like, it's very special. And it's like I don't know, it's kept intact something that is bigger than any of you. And I think that's really important, but also allowed you the right space and time to shine. That also gave everybody new perspectives into who you are as people. So it's well done.
Appreciate it.
Chef's kiss. Superb. Thanks for hanging.
Thanks, guys.
Calum Hood, everybody.